guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I have my friend Tiana here with me and I'm going to show you how I achieve a fresh spring dewy makeup look. This is going to be perfect for somebody who doesn't really do makeup a lot or wants to learn how to achieve a beautiful radiant look without having too much makeup on. So yeah, grab some coffee and keep on watching. So first things first, I'm gonna prep her face before I apply any makeup on. So we just talked a little bit and she told me she has a normal face with a little bit oilier T-zone. People who live in Vegas generally do have a little bit more drier face, but she has normal to dry with the oily T-zone. So yeah, I'm gonna use the Real Flower Cleansing Rose Water, which I like to use to prep the skin with for myself or my clients. It's really good, kind of neutralizes everything, takes away extra oils if she has on, and I always like to start with a fresh face before I put any makeup on. Just apply it a little bit on a cotton pad and I'm just gonna kind of wipe away any oil or anything that she has on her face and just kind of prep her face to be really really clean before any makeup goes on. So now I'm gonna apply moisturizer on her face. Moisturizer is really important before you apply any makeup. Even if your face is oily, you need moisturizer. You're just gonna choose a moisturizer that is not doesn't have any oils in it and it's suitable for oily skin. So because her skin is mostly normal to oily T-zone, I'm gonna use just a regular moisturizer, nothing crazy, and I'm gonna apply all over her skin. I have sanitized my hands and I like to apply moisturizer and primers with my hands. I feel like a little touch with my hands is always nice. A client loves it. You can do a little massage on the face and just kind of relaxes them a little bit more. I'm gonna apply some eye cream or eye moisturizer. This one is from Melanie the Goat's Rice Eye Moisturizer. It's a really good and moisturizing eye cream, and this is really important to apply some eye cream before you do any concealer. A concealer just goes on really smooth and your under eye is not going to look cakey or dry. Okay, now I'm going to use Melanie Mills Hollywood Body Radiance in color Opalescence. This is a body and makeup moisturizer and you can use it face or body. It's suitable for both and it's a beautiful moisturizer and a glow all in one. If I want to achieve makeup that is for every day, that is not too much, too cakey, just to kind of look glowy and radiant. So yeah, I'm going to apply a little bit of this one. This is their new shade Opalescence, which I love. And doesn't really have much color, it just looks and feels super milky and it looks like this. It looks white, but it has that opalescence pearl essence in it. I'm just gonna apply a little bit on her face, not too much. I like to apply any creams, of course without foundation. I like to apply it with my hands. I just feel the skin absorbs it better rather than putting it with any brush, because brush kind of leaves hair strokes on it, on the face, so I feel like, I don't know, I like using my hands when it comes to makeup. Of course, you have to sanitize them a couple of times throughout the makeup appointment. So her skin is really nice and dewy already, and if you are somebody who doesn't like doing makeup, you can just do this and you're gonna look really nice and fresh, and you can go to work or do your errands and you're still gonna look nice. But if you wanna, get some more makeup on, you're definitely more than welcome to use some foundation as well. I'm gonna use the Nessa Myricks Vision Cream Cover in color 2. I haven't matched her skin yet, so I'm gonna do that right now, but I think this is going to be a good color for her. And I'm also gonna mix it with the same Body Radiance I use as her primer. I'm gonna mix a little bit with my foundation just to kind of tone it down, and for the foundation doesn't look like she has a lot of foundation on her face. I'm using really small amount of this foundation, just a little bit, literally this much. And first I'm gonna match her skin and then I'm gonna mix it with the Gleam by Melanie Mills Body Radiance. Like this a little bit. So yeah, I'm gonna just match her to see if this foundation is a good color for her. I'm matching it at the end of her face, and I'm kind of taking it down her neck. But I see it's going to be a little bit too lighter for her because she does have a little color on her chest. So I'm kind of gonna try to match her face and her neck with her chest. So with this said, I'm gonna use a little bit darker shade, which is going to be a next shade, number 3. And I'm gonna mix just a little bit with the same one. So now I mixed those 2 shades. I mixed number 2 and number 3 for her. And then I added a little bit more the Melanie Mills Body Radiance in Opalescence. I added on my hand, and I'm just mixing all those 3 together. The reason I'm mixing Gleam by Melanie Mills with this is just to tone down the foundation a little bit so it doesn't appear like there is too much going on. You can use just a regular moisturizer for this, or any maybe some beauty oil or any like liquid highlighter or liquid oil or whatever you have at home to just kind of tone down your foundation. It's going to be more liquidy, and then it's not going to appear like you have too much foundation on your face. So yeah, I'm just mixing all those 3 together. I think this is going to be a good shade for her. Let's see now. So I tried to match with a lighter one. I saw it's too light, so I'm gonna add a little bit more of this one. I think this color is going to look really good. So I'm applying it with this dual fiber foundation brush first, and then I go back in with a bigger foundation brush, something like this, and I'm just kind of working it in her skin and just making sure it looks good and the color looks good. I see this is a good shade, and it looks really nice and glowy. So now I'm going to continue her whole face. I'm first applying section by section. So first I'm applying one cheek and her chin area, and I'm working my foundation with a bigger brush. Keep saying blur. Of course, you can also use a BB cream or a CC cream if you don't want to use an actual foundation, but you want to achieve that more natural radiant look as well. Just depends on your preferences. I like this brush because I can work the foundation in her skin, and it just looks really nice and kind of airbrush like. So this brush allows me that. And this foundation covers amazingly, as you can see, even though I kind of toned it down a little bit with a moisturizer or a body glow. And it still has an amazing coverage. I'm not using Beauty Blender with this foundation because this foundation is wax and silicone based, and if I wet my Beauty Blender, it doesn't work with the wax products. It just doesn't want to spread them around, so brush is an amazing tool for this. Now we're going to do concealer. So I'm going to use the same foundation I used on her because this is a Vision Cream Cover Concealer and Foundation. I'm using the lighter shade that I used, number 2, as her concealer. It's going to be a good color for her. It's going to give her a little bit brightness underneath her eye. Concealer is really important for me. Sometimes if I don't want to do any foundation, I would just do concealer, some body glow, and I'm going to use a super small amount of this foundation as well. Literally this little small dot over here, and I'm using the MAC 180, I believe. It's a little bit scrapped, I cannot see, this dual fiber brush, and then I'm going to apply her concealer really lightly without caking anything up. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to use this peach blur, let me see what it is, translucent smoothing finishing powder from Too Faced, and this is a really good powder. It looks like this. It's amazing for any skin tone. It just brightens up everything. It's not pink, it's translucent. It just gives a little bit peachy finish to it. So I'm using an MOTD Get Cheeky With It brush. It has this pointing thing, so I like to use this brush underneath the eye. And I'm just taking a little bit of the powder, nothing crazy. Look up. And I do this right after I do her concealer to set her under eye, just because I don't want her little lines or wrinkles to show. So it's really important to set your concealer before doing anything else, and then I always set her T-zone first because she told me she has a little bit oilier T-zone, and I want to make sure that the part doesn't move around at all or doesn't look oily. So I'm just doing that lightly with this peach blur, and this is amazing powder. I really like it. It doesn't look cakey when you apply it, and it just kind of neutralizes any oil. And also if you have any little lines and wrinkles in that area, or if you have some pores in the T-zone, it's just gonna kind of blur everything out. Now I'm taking the same brush and I'm just set the rest of her face. Nothing crazy, I'm just applying a really small amount of the product, and I'm just setting everything. But I'm still gonna keep her skin looking glowy and dewy without looking oily. Okay, now I'm gonna do her brows, and I'm using Goof Proof Brow Pencil by Benefit, and this is in color 2. She has super light eyebrows and her hair is light as well, so I'm just trying to match that. I usually do brows the same color as the hair or a little bit darker. It depends on what client prefers, but today I'm going for a natural radiant look, so I'm definitely using color that's matching her brows. And this Goof Proof pencil I like because it has a pointing end like this, and I can kind of mimic the hair strokes with it without giving her a too thick brow. First I'm gonna brush her eyebrow a little bit. She already has a really nice eyebrows. I'm just gonna give her a little color and define them a little bit. When it comes to contour, I'm using Anastasia Beverly Hills powder contour in, I believe this is medium. Yes, light to medium. So I'm using this 2 shades over here, the one that I use the most, and this one with a bigger, fluffier brush. This one is from MOTD and it's called Set and Go. And I'm just kind of going in with these 2 colors, and I'm gonna lightly give her some warmth to her face and contour lightly. I'm not gonna do anything crazy when it comes to contour. So she has a smaller forehead, so I'm not gonna contour her forehead because I don't wanna make it smaller even more. So I'm gonna keep the contours on her cheeks and just a little bit here on the side of her temples, and that's it. So let's do the other side. And I'm just keeping it super fresh. I'm not caking up or applying too much powder. Okay, now I'm gonna do just a little bit blush, and I'm using this Pacifica blush, coconut blush. Looks like this. I'm almost done with this color, but I really like this combination. It's not too peachy, it's not too pink or too brown. It's like a perfect blush color. So I'm just using the same brush I used before for her contour, just going in a little bit, and because it's really powdery, I'm kind of wiping or taking off the excess of the product, and then I'm gonna slowly kind of dab her first on her face with the product that is on, and then I'm gonna blend into her contour. I love doing blush, and especially when it comes to something like this, like a spring fresh look. Blush gives you like a warmth to your face, and it just looks really nice on pictures or in person. Now I'm gonna do her highlight, and I'm gonna use this Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit in Sun Dipped. It looks like this. Colors are really nice, and I'm mostly, as you can see, using these 2 colors for my lighter girls. So I'm gonna just kind of mix those 2 shades, and I'm gonna dust off the excess on the side. And I'm using an MOTD Mr. Handyman brush. And I'm just giving her a little highlight. I'm keeping it here on the higher points of her cheeks. I'm not taking it down in the T-zone area. I don't want her to look oily. Okay, now I'm gonna do her eyes. I'm just gonna keep it super simple and super natural. I'm not gonna do too many eyeshadows. I'm probably gonna do maybe 1 or 2. So I'm gonna prime it first. I usually use concealer, but today I'm gonna use actual primer. This is Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion in Eden. Looks like this. They have a couple of different kinds of primers. I prefer original or this one. So I'm just taking a little bit on my hand, and I'm taking a small flat brush, and I'm just gonna coat her eyelids. Okay, so I primed her eyelids, and now I'm gonna use some eyeshadow. I'm gonna use the Morphe 350 eyeshadow palette. I'm sure every makeup artist has this eyeshadow palette. It's one of my neutral eyeshadow palettes. It has beautiful warm brown tones and a really nice shimmery tones as well. So I'm just gonna use 2 eyeshadows today. I'm just gonna use a really light one, something like this, and I'm just gonna do a little bit darker one like this, and that's it. Now I'm taking the light shimmery color and the big blending brush, and I'm applying all over her eyelids to open up and brighten up her eye. You can use a regular highlighter or a shimmery eyeshadow for this. Now I'm taking a smaller blending brush, and I'm applying this brown color close to her lash line just to kind of open up her eye as well. And I'm taking the bigger blending brush and I'm just kind of blending everything together. I'm also applying a little bit on her lower lash line and blending everything together as well. Okay, now we're gonna do her eyelashes. I'm not gonna do fake eyelashes for this look just because it's an everyday look, so I'm just gonna curl her eyelashes with some curler, and I'm gonna do some mascara, and that's it. So I usually tell my clients to kind of look here, a little bit down, and I take her eyelid, I kind of stretch it out, and then I go in and I take her eyelash and I squeeze and release. And this is a little trick. I know a lot of people don't use curler, but if you really want to have a really nice natural long lashes and for them to show, you need to use a little curler. So for mascara, I'm gonna use L'Oreal Voluminous Carbon Black, and this is my favorite mascara. It's a drugstore mascara that works wonders, and I'm using a disposable, of course, for my clients, unless my client brings her own mascara. And a little trick, if you're a makeup artist and you don't want to get any mascara around her eye, is kind of hold her eye and then do mascara over your nails. Your manicure is gonna suffer, but what can you do? Okay, look down, look here. I'm gonna hold her eyelid like this, and I'm gonna do mascara. Okay, for her lips, I'm gonna use my Glam Sophisticated liquid lipstick in color Kitten Pink. This is a beautiful, soft, nude pink color. It can be used as a liquid lip or just as a lip gloss, whatever you want, because it doesn't dry matte, it stays glossy. Since I'm doing this glowy and dewy look, I want to keep her lips glossy as well. And I'm applying a little bit on the back of my hand. The color looks like this. And I'm taking a clean brush and I'm gonna put some on her lips. I carried 8 different shades in my makeup kit, so my clients can purchase them at their makeup appointment so they can touch it up. Now I'm gonna use Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Boosting Mist or Setting Spray. I use this to set the face, and it gives a super nice and glowy look without being oily. So I'm just gonna spray some on her face, and I'm gonna finish this look with this. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you liked how I achieved this beautiful look on her. She's already so beautiful, so my job was super easy. Yeah, subscribe to my channel, like this video, find me on Instagram. I'm gonna post all my social handles in my description box, as well as all the products I used on her. So yeah, I hope to see you in my next video. Bye! Bye!